Marvel has just unveiled a sneak peek of the upcoming Deadpool 3 movie, featuring the long-awaited appearance of Wolverine in his iconic yellow costume. The reveal gives us a crystal-clear, high-definition look at the costume, thanks to Marvel's new tagline, now in Hue Res. This exciting news has generated a lot of buzz, and fans are eagerly anticipating the rest of the movie. Regarding the movie itself, it seems like Deadpool 3 will embrace a more comic book feel, fulfilling fans' expectations. The yellow suit Wolverine wears is reminiscent of the one from the astonishing X-Men era, distinguishing it from previous iterations seen in films like The Wolverine. Remember that scene where Wolverine was shown the yellow costume but never actually wore it? Well, this time, it's the real deal. The color scheme leans more towards yellow and brown, paying homage to the source material. The costume design in the movie draws inspiration from various comic book iterations, although it doesn't precisely replicate any official comic book costume. It's likely that Wolverine won't be wearing his helmet all the time in the film, ensuring that his face remains fully visible. However, there may be exceptions during significant fight scenes or when Deadpool first encounters him. In the released image, the whereabouts of the helmet isn't clearly shown, as it isn't attached to his back or any other visible location. The specific universe depicted in this particular scene remains somewhat ambiguous, but it appears to be an outdoor setting in a post-apocalyptic wasteland of sorts. One theory suggests that the movie will wrap up the A38 universe storyline, which originated in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. The surviving members of the Illuminati, seeking revenge against Scarlet Witch for the events that transpired, may play a significant role. Unfortunately, most of the team may not have survived. Therefore, it's plausible that the returning X-Men in the film will embody more comic book-inspired versions from that particular universe. For instance, we witnessed a version of Professor X in the aforementioned movie that drew inspiration from X-Men, the animated series, complete with the iconic yellow floaty chair. His suit and tie resembled those seen in the animated series, creating a nostalgic connection. It would be logical for the characters to revisit that particular universe, considering the connections they are establishing. We can anticipate the return of some other X-Men, potentially sporting more vibrant and comic book-inspired uniforms within that universe. However, it's important to note that the entire movie may not be confined to the A38 universe alone. Deadpool will be utilizing Cable's time travel device, confirming that Josh Brolin's Cable won't make a return appearance. Nevertheless, the time travel device will play a significant role in driving the movie's plot. The involvement of Patrick Stewart in reprising his role as Professor X raises intriguing possibilities. Either Deadpool is traversing to an entirely different universe while time traveling, or the universe from which he plucks Wolverine is not the A38 universe. For instance, Cyclops, portrayed by James Marsden, will be making a comeback from those previous X-Men movies. Furthermore, his suit will be based on the design featured in X-Men, the animated series, adding another layer of nostalgic homage. Once again, the blue suit is making a comeback, although without the inclusion of the yellow trunks. However, it will still maintain a strong resemblance to the X-Men from the animated series. The same can be said for the other returning X-Men characters, including Halle Berry's Storm, who will sport an attire closer to her comic book uniform. Ian McKellen's Magneto will also have a suit more akin to his comic book counterpart, as hinted by comments made by Elizabeth Olsen during a recent convention appearance. It appears that Elizabeth Olsen will have a role in the movie as well, as suggested by her remarks. While it was uncertain if she would actually return, her comments make it seem more likely. The inclusion of her character Scarlet Witch has been anticipated, and it seems that the movie will acknowledge her in some capacity. Personally, I am eager to see how the mutant storyline unfolds. Unfortunately, none of us have control over it, as we are not born as X-Men. However, the exploration of mutants and their origins is a topic that greatly interests me. X-Men was, without a doubt, my initial exposure to superhero films. During her appearance, Elizabeth Olsen expressed a desire to delve into her character's mutant heritage and her history with Magneto. She pondered whether she truly is Magneto's daughter, and whether she possesses mutant abilities like the other X-Men. Exploring these aspects would be a significant development for her character in the Marvel movies. During her statement, Elizabeth Olsen was referring to her character's connection and crossover with the X-Men comics. Scarlet Witch has had significant interactions with the X-Men in the past, and it seems that the movie will incorporate elements from the House of M storyline or a similar universe. It remains unclear whether this will be within the A38 universe or an entirely separate one, but it appears to be the universe from which the Wolverine in the film originates. In that particular universe, they will establish the version of Scarlet Witch as Magneto's daughter, confirming her connection to Ian McKellen's Magneto. However, it should be noted that in the MCU's reality, we have seen Scarlet Witch's father as a different character. The intention seems to be that he is her adoptive father in this alternate reality, aligning with the concept explored in the comics. While there have been a few continuity changes over time, the recent appearance of the High Evolutionary in Guardians of the Galaxy Vol. 3 adds an interesting dynamic to the evolving storyline. The movie appears poised to explore these intricate connections and realities, allowing for an engaging narrative that delves into the rich history of Scarlet Witch and her ties to the X-Men comics. Scarlet Witch's backstory intertwines in a fascinating way with the character known as the High Evolutionary in the comics. Originally, Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver were born to Magda and Magneto. However, when the local townspeople discovered Magneto's involvement, they sought to kill him. Fearing for their lives, Magda fled with the twins and sought refuge in Wundagore Mountain, the same location we saw in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness movie, where the High Evolutionary had established his base. It is during the events of Guardians of the Galaxy Vol. 3 that we witness the High Evolutionary's creations, the human-animal hybrids known from the comics. One of his first creations was Bova, who assisted Magda during the birth of the twins. After their birth, the High Evolutionary made it clear that they couldn't stay, prompting Bova to take baby Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch and entrust them to the care of the Maximoff family. This is why they bear the Maximoff name rather than the Lynch name, which would have indicated Magneto as their father. They were raised by the Maximoff family as their adoptive parents, and only discovered their true parentage much later in their lives. There was a missed opportunity to explore the connection between Quicksilver and Magneto in the mainline X-Men movies before Disney acquired Fox. In one of the films, when Quicksilver meets Magneto for the first time, there is a hint of recognition, as if he resembles someone his mother used to know. In that movie, Quicksilver has two sisters, Polaris and Wanda. However, due to complex rights issues and the fact that Scarlet Witch had already been used in Avengers: Age of Ultron, the storyline couldn't be fully pursued. The rights situation created some complications. With Marvel now having regained control of the characters, it seems they have the opportunity to address and resolve this storyline in Deadpool 3. Ian McKellen's Magneto is expected to be involved, given the more appropriate age difference between the characters. Elizabeth Olsen also expressed her preference for Ian McKellen's portrayal of Magneto if they were to explore the storyline of him being her father, rather than Michael Fassbender's portrayal. In that case, Sir Ian McKellen would be the choice. It's worth noting that Ian McKellen's Magneto is essentially portrayed as the future version of Michael Fassbender's Magneto in the X-Men film series. Technically, Michael Fassbender's Magneto can be considered the younger version of Ian McKellen's Magneto. However, it seems that Michael Fassbender's Magneto will not be appearing in Deadpool 3. The only version of Magneto expected to appear is Ian McKellen's Magneto, or an alternate reality version of him. In Deadpool 3, there are rumors that in an alternate universe, Professor X and the X-Men end up joining Magneto and the Brotherhood of Mutants instead of opposing them. This deviation occurs during the events of the first X-Men movie, when Magneto attempted to forcibly mutate a significant portion of the world's population, aiming for mutants to reign over regular humans. Deadpool supposedly attempts to persuade that universe's version of Wolverine, but ultimately, it is Deadpool who inadvertently causes the destruction of that alternate universe. These details were shared by Kevin Feige. Additionally, Kevin Feige mentioned that within the context of Marvel Phase 6, Deadpool 3 would serve as a significant turning point. It will tie into the Incursion storyline, leading up to Avengers 5, Kang Dynasty, and Secret Wars. These events involve the destruction of multiple universes. It appears that Deadpool's actions, which are described as incredibly outrageous, result in numerous incursions and the subsequent destruction of various universes, extending beyond the one previously mentioned. This storyline also incorporates elements from the Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe arc. Essentially, it combines aspects of the Loki storyline, involving the TVA, with elements from House of M. In another casting announcement, Matthew McFadden, known for his portrayal of Tom in the TV series Succession, has been revealed to play a TVA agent assigned by Mobius to track Deadpool. albeit unsuccessfully. However, it seems that he will be unsuccessful in his attempts to prevent Deadpool from disrupting other timelines. Finally, we can anticipate seeing Hugh Jackman's Wolverine donning the iconic yellow costume, as they are currently filming outdoors. This is likely one of the reasons why this information was released this week. Considering that people were bound to encounter low-resolution, poor-quality versions of the content anyway, it is likely that the information was officially released due to Warner Bros.' upcoming Barbie movie. Apparently, the Barbie movie is expected to perform exceptionally well. This move follows the usual strategy employed by Disney and Marvel when other studios release highly anticipated films. So, that's all from today's video. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon so you never miss our upcoming videos. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments section. Stay tuned, and we will catch you in the next video.